everybody, how you doing today? I am here for the Places for Bikes conference, and this is a conference put on by People for Bikes. And you all know that People for Bikes is a national organization to make cycling better all over the country. They invest in infrastructure and all sorts of other community initiatives, and I'm all about that. You're all about that. We love bikes. The more bikes, the more better. For everything, for our health, for the environment, for our general sexiness, you know what I'm saying? So, this week, this video is gonna be all about meeting these awesome people from around the country. I'm gonna get to know them, you're gonna get to know them, and at the end of the day, we're all gonna be inspired to make cycling better. Tonight, the first event is a dinner at the president of Trek Bikes house, John Burke. So I'm gonna put on my fancy clothes. Poof! And by fancy, I mean buttons and a collar. All right, here we go. This is John Burke's house, the president of Trek. I love Trek bikes. My very first bike I bought with all of my hard-earned lawnmower money was a Trek 8000.
We've got city leaders from all around the country, and everybody's here to talk about how we can make America a more bicycle-friendly place. And there is no subject that is more dear to my heart and to a lot of other people here than that.
Here's just 3 or 4 key concepts of the Places for Bikes program. We want to develop seamless, interconnected networks that make bicycling easier, safer, and more appealing for everyone. And so we're talking about supporting bicycling of all kinds. Start in the middle of the city, start moving out, and it will include recreational road riding and bike parks and mountain biking, safe routes to school for kids, everything in between. We also want to improve health. And when I say health, I'm going to take it to a place that you might not normally think of health. But it's not just physical health, it's mental health, it's business health, and that's a big part of what we do. It's community health, and I know that so many of you are here representing big jump communities and other communities. That's really an important thing. It's national health, and then it's planet health. So all of those things are key. A couple more ideas. Rapid improvement is absolutely key to what we're doing at Places for Bikes. We want to work faster. Time is short, sense of urgency. We have to figure out ways to make better bicycling and better communities happen faster. Have a great time tonight. Thanks again to John and Tanya. Have fun.
Bikes are a means to an end of a great city. You think about your favorite places to be, your favorite cities. They probably include a lot of people walking and a lot of people biking. And so if you can have a city that is great for biking, you have a resilient city, you have a healthy city, you have a happy city, you have a strong city. And so that's why I think bicycling is really critical, especially in Los Angeles.
Hey, Fox! There is a fox in his backyard. That's how cool this house is. Even all the animals, the wild animals, come to hang out here. Sun is setting, life is good, People for Bikes. I'm official.
High five.
Charlie's trying to get away from the camera. He's trying to get away from the camera.
But do not sell yourself short, because you might think you're capable of this. You're capable of a lot.
All right, I'm gonna break out of this just for a second. There's too much fun to be had, but I want to tell you about the opening remarks. It was really inspirational. All of the speakers talked about community, how this is really about building vibrant communities. John Burke from Trek spoke about how cycling is good for the environment, it's good for traffic congestion, reducing traffic congestion, and our health. I'm inspired, I'm pumped up. I'm not gonna go back in there, do some more socializing. Boom, we'll see you later.
We're so excited with this program, the fact that we're able to implement things that we like in an area that's underserved, and we're able to spread the joy of biking. With biking with me, not only did it become an asset for me to be able to become healthier, but also be able to engage with my family. So one of the things that I use cycling is that now it's become a family thing to do on the weekends.
I think Baltimore is on the cusp of some really great things. We have lots of challenges like a lot of other cities of varying sizes. One notable one is getting the community engagement and getting people to understand that biking is for everyone. So we're excited to engage communities that are in less developed neighborhoods, low-income neighborhoods, and try to bring bike infrastructure to them and let them know that we're not bringing it to them to move them away, but bringing it to them to get them more engaged and captured in the city.
I think when we start to transform more communities into places that really welcome all ages, all abilities, to be out on a bike, inviting people to be on a bike, it really does magical stuff. I mean, it helps people see their town in a different way and really experience it at a different level.
I'm out here with my new buddies. How we all doing? Woo! And we're summoning the lightning.
We've got a system moving through Madison. Currently, there isn't much activity, but we're hoping for the best.
Oh, yeah! It is time for Van Jones. And I'm thinking we might be related. Van Jones, Van Duzer. Let's go find out.
Hello. In my life, I've seen the biggest impact come from the smallest ideas with the biggest partnerships. In a time of real division, in a time of real despair, in a time where people wonder if we're going to have a livable future from an environmental standpoint, if we're going to have a workable society from a democratic standpoint, it's sometimes good to remember the heroism of your own effort.
Van Jones is officially my new hero. I really love how he started off the talk by thanking the workers, the caterers.
So let's thank these workers who've been working so hard to keep us all
And he talked about how we've all been there before. We've had these jobs, and I love how he started it off in a very humble fashion. And that's essentially what he talked about, is like being humble and finding our roots and working with people who are different than us and who don't think the same as us, and how that will actually bring us together.
E-bikes are cool because they make more things possible for more people.
And we're gonna try out some e-bikes right now. All right, let's do this. I love the boost! I've never personally been in the market for an e-bike, but I can see why people would love them. It just takes away the barrier to getting on a bike. You know, some people don't like to get sweaty or don't like to go up the big hills with an electric bike. It solves all of that. And you still get to ride a bike and be outside and breathe fresh air. All of these bicycles behind me are part of the slow roll. We are taking a tour of Madison. Oh man, Wisconsin is awesome. It's like the perfect temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. It's all green and beautiful. Thank you, Madison. Looking good, everybody! I'd always heard that Madison is a great place to ride bikes, but until now I've never experienced it, and it is amazing. And there's so many people out on bikes as well, not just us. I know it looks like a lot of people because it's our group, but I've been here for a few days now, and there are a lot of people that ride bikes, even when the weather is not great, which is very cool. And so you always feel better riding your bike when you're in a city and other people are riding your bikes. Strength in numbers, you know what I'm saying? Good morning. I'm pretty tired. These bike people like to party. Boom. Oh. High five. Boom. High five. Boom. Oh. High five.
We would love to get
down.
0 deaths by 2020. To be listening.
All right. Okay. Let's do this. It is the last hour of the conference, and I'm gonna try my best to distill everything that I've been doing over the last 48 hours, and all I can say is, wow! This has been really inspiring. I mean, let's start off with the people that are here at the conference. I think there's about 250, 300 people from all over the United States. And a lot of them are representing cities that aren't typically thought of as bike-friendly cities, like Memphis, Queens, New York, Los Angeles. And it's really fun to see how fired up they are and what they're doing in their communities to make cycling better. And let's go back to the very beginning of the conference, when Tim Blumenthal said, this really isn't about bikes, it's about community. It's about building communities, thriving communities, more inclusive communities. And it's better for everything from business to recreation to health to the environment, everything. It's all interconnected. And that's what really hits a chord with me. Van Jones kind of hit on it as well. You know, he talked about how bikes will make communities a better place for everybody, not just the rich white people who can afford $10,000 bikes, but everybody starting at kids. Now, if you think back to some of your best childhood memories, I can guess that some of those memories are when you took the training wheels off your bike and you felt that freedom for the very first time, the wind in your hair, you're ringing the bell, life is good. You're like, yes, this is awesome. And that's the feeling we get when we get on a bicycle. Still to this day, I've talked to so many people here that are like, I love riding a bike because it makes me feel like a kid. It's that fun, nostalgic feeling. And I think we need more fun in this world. I think we need more people on bikes just to spread more love and fun and good health. And when you're on a bike, what are you doing when you're on a bike? You're always smiling. Have you ever gotten on a bike and thought, you know what, I just wish I hadn't got on this bike today? No, I don't think so. When you get on a bike, you get psyched and you get happy, and that spreads throughout your community. And that's why I've always been a believer of the bikes. I want to give a big thanks to People for Bikes for bringing me out here. This has been really exciting for me. I'm not the typical 9-to-5 job office guy, so it's fun to be part of something like this where I get to feel like I'm part of a team, a network, a team of people all across the country. I want to thank Trek for being such a huge supporter of this movement. John Burke, he is the man. I've always had Trek bikes. I love Trek's bikes before I even knew what the word bicycle advocacy meant. And I think that's really cool that they are leading the charge as one of the biggest companies in the United States. And I'm excited to see where the Places for Bikes movement goes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you liked my video, please subscribe to my channel. I have all sorts of biking related videos and running and getting outside and pretty much just enjoying life videos. So thank you for sticking with me. I know it was a long one, woo, but we did it. And remember, if you have a bike in your garage, go pick it up, pump up the tires, go for a ride. It's gonna change your life. But remember, keep the rubber side down. This, my friends, is Gary Fisher. Oh, baby, one of my most beloved bicycles when I was younger was a Gary Fisher bike. Oh, thank you, my man.
Thank you, James Brown.
Thank you, James Brown.